Braun Strowman is officially out of the Universal Championship match at the Royal Rumble, replaced by Finn Balor after Finn won a fatal four-way number one contenders match, pinned John Cena, all the good stuff. And people are wondering kind of what's going on. Is Braun out of the equation? Is he hurt? Is Finn going to win? Is Finn going to lose? What's the deal? Is Brock dropping the title? And I think there's a few obvious paths they can go. So we're going to discuss exactly what those paths are and what they mean for wrestling in the future, both with Brock and without Brock. Okay, so the first possible thing here is that Braun's still hurt. You know, Braun had elbow surgery, has been playing the angle off for the past couple of weeks, past couple of months, really. And this could be a way of just protecting Braun, right? It's much easier for Braun to not wrestle in this match, wrestle in the Royal Rumble match itself, win the Rumble match, go to WrestleMania, give you a few more months of rehab, a few more months of strengthening up that elbow, whatever, have a good match with Brock at Mania, go over there, boom, bang, Braun Strowman's your champion. That's one way that we could be looking at this, where Finn is simply just a placeholder, just a guy to get in there, get a little rub, kind of do what Daniel Bryan did in the last Brock Lesnar match, where looked strong, looked okay, maybe could have won, ultimately loses, one off, never see it again. That could be what's happening. And that does make sense if Braun is still hurt and they still want him to be the champion. Because you can protect Braun way more in the Royal Rumble match itself. Braun comes in, throws out some people, never has to take a bump, never really has to do much of anything, to be totally honest. He can come in at 30. Well, he can't come in at 30. R-Truth's coming in at 30. He can come in at 29. You know, who cares? So that's a real, I could see that. That's a real thing, and it makes a lot of sense. And everything pretty much stays the same in that world. Or Finn could have a straight-up rocket ship tied to his back, and he could be about to go over. Before we get to the Finn winning part, let's go to the other theory of why Brock could be getting protected. So if he's not injured and they're just protecting him for storyline reasons, then let's say that Brock and Braun's big payoff is Braun winning, Braun going over, Braun's the new monster, he's your champion. Okay, fine. Do you want to do that at the Rumble, or do you want to do it at WrestleMania? They probably want to do it at WrestleMania. They probably want to put it on Braun there, start a whole new year. All good. I can see that. And if that's the case, then you have to get past the Rumble. How do you do that? Just get Brock out of the match. You can't have Brock lose at the Rumble and then win at Mania. You can't have him lose clean. But then if you have him lose fishy, do you really want your main event at the Rumble to be some fishy, weird finish? You know, so this is kind of a foolproof plan for them to say, we know what we want down the line, but we're not totally sure how we're going to get there. So the easiest way to do it is just remove Braun from the equation, right? And it also makes sense. It's a little bit messier this way than if he's just injured, or if Finn's going to go over. Because this way, you're basically making the Royal Rumble one of the biggest pay-per-views of the year. You're making the championship match a total non-issue. It's just like Finn comes in, Finn loses, Finn is gone, Braun comes in, Braun beats Brock, WrestleMania is over, hooray, right? And it's just it's kind of messy that way. With that being said, sometimes it is way better to just take the hit on the chin, say, I know that this moment, this Royal Rumble moment's not very cool, but trust me, it'll pay off at WrestleMania. And if it does pay off at WrestleMania that way, and if it does help Braun's development and make the Braun Brock a little bit of a cleaner storyline, all good. You know, I don't need to see Braun Brock at the Rumble and then see Braun Brock at WrestleMania. So if they decide to do it this way, I understand it as well. Now let's get to the good stuff. What if Finn Balor wins? What? Why would he win? How would he win? What happens at WrestleMania? What happens to Braun? What happens to Brock? What are we doing here? Finn, when he was first Universal Champion, was white hot, superstar level stuff. He was the guy. He was a big deal. He wasn't Becky Lynch. He wasn't something like that. But he was huge. He was big enough to say, this is the guy that I'm comfortable putting the company on. I'm comfortable handing him the Ferrari. When he came back, it was a little less hot, a little less superstar-y. Got into some IC title situations, some kind of mid-card feuds, whatever. Put on good matches, all good. Now I think Finn is reaching that level where he could be that superstar again. He could be that white-hot Finn Balor again. Specifically, if he's the Demon King. If Finn Balor comes out at the Royal Rumble in the Demon King gear, he's winning. You heard it here first. You heard it here last. Boom. I'm giving you the 100% fact. If Finn Balor comes out in the Demon King gear, wearing the face paint, with his chest painted, he's beating Brock Lesnar. Finn could be a combination of the next Undertaker, the next Shawn Michaels kind of guy who wrestles every night, wrestles every week, wrestles on every show, and he has that mystique to him with the paint and all that stuff to where he can fill that Undertaker void that is gone right now, especially with Bray Wyatt also being gone. So if you remember in the Independents, Finn used to change his get-up and change his theme for every big match. You know, sometimes he would do like a Walking Dead theme, sometimes a Joker from Batman theme, sometimes the Demon King. So he would change it. He would have like different skins like a League of Legends character. You know, you never knew which Finn you were going to see, and that became part of the Finn experience. Just like The Undertaker. The Undertaker, at this point in his career, his entrances are way more impressive and enjoyed, I think, than his actual matches, which is probably why the entrances last 10 to 20 minutes and the matches last 5 to 10 minutes. Finn can certainly fill that void, and I think Finn is a great choice of someone to say, look, dude, you're the guy, okay? You're the guy. Go have these matches. Go do your damn thing. All good. The only problem I have with that is that Finn has to lose some of this smiley boy social media stuff that he's doing right now to be that guy. You can't do both. You can't be the Demon King and then be posing with cartoon characters on Instagram. You can't be smiling all over the damn place and be this monster, this imposing figure. You can't be a hellspawn and also be doing Finn poses all over the shop. So I think there does have to be some alterations to Finn's personality and Finn's kind of gimmick right now. But that's all. That can all be taken care of with absolutely no problem. Just one meeting or one video. Just Finn, bro, just subscribe to the channel, Finn. I got the advice you need. Now let's go to the actual match. Also something I would do, something that I think would fit and would save 3 careers at once. Bring the Balor Club out. Bring the Balor Club back. Let Gallows and Anderson, they don't have to interfere. They can just kind of get involved. They can just kind of maybe even the odds. Let's say it's something like Heyman gets involved, referee's down, Heyman's holding Finn, Brock's giving it to him in the ribs. Have Gallows and Anderson come out, just get Heyman out of there. Even the odds. They don't have to low blow Brock and have a screwy finish. But giving Finn that Balor Club kind of identity would be, I think, pretty good right now for WWE. Especially when you are about to be competing with another kind of club, if you know what I mean. So I'd be looking pretty hard at that possibility as well if I was in the writing room. If I was in the creative room, I would be saying, look, if we're pushing Finn, let's just push it all. Let's push Finn. Let's push the Balor Club. I'm going to mix that up now. Let's push Balor Club. Let's sell 1 million t-shirts. Let's sell 1 million jackets. Let's do the Too Sweet thing all over AEW's face. Let's take the fight to them. WWE can take that fight to them. Right now, Bullet Club, huge. The Elite, however you want to say it. It's really just all the same. So if WWE can do it, and they can do it first, even though they already did it first, but if they can do it first, they're doing it at the Royal Rumble, and then however long away, AEW gets cranked up doing it, it may not be as cool. Something else WWE should definitely be thinking about. And Finn Balor may be one of the wrestlers that are kind of WWE's preparing to go to war with AEW with. People like Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, straight up workers, straight up wrestlers, getting away from this Brock Lesnar, Braun Strowman, John Cena world, and getting more into the, hey, we can do some indie stuff too. Now the question is, what do you do at WrestleMania in both scenarios? So in the Brock Lesnar scenario, we understand that what you would do then is just face Braun Strowman. You would just have Brock Strowman. Nothing would really change. Braun would just win the Rumble. Whatever. That's pretty obvious. Finn, I think the perfect person to bring back to feud with Finn at WrestleMania is Kevin Owens. Bring back Kevin Owens, have him win the Rumble, have Owens feud with Finn going into WrestleMania and beyond. Owens is a guy that is AEW's kryptonite, right? He at one point he was Indie Jesus. You could say Kevin Steen was Kenny Omega before Kenny Omega. Kevin Steen was the guy that you're watching YouTube videos on. You're downloading illegal videos on LimeWire to watch Kevin Steen versus El Generico. You know, hey, I've been there. I've been there. So Kevin Owens, a little combination of Stone Cold, CM Punk. You know, he's a really interesting character, just like Finn Balor. You have both of those guys on every show wrestling their asses off. That's giving the AEW crowd enough of a reason alone to watch Raw, to watch SmackDown. If AEW has Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Chris Jericho, Cody, and they're doing awesome indie wrestling, and then you flip it on Raw, and it's Braun Strowman and Brock Lesnar, it's too different. The palettes are too different. If you flip it from that, and flip it over, and you got a Finn Balor champion feuding with Kevin Owens, you got Seth Rollins wrestling Dean Ambrose, and you've got all this, you know, you got Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, you got all this, basically the exact same stuff. That is enough to create a true kind of an audience share where they're watching both shows. And that's all the WWE wants. All the WWE cares about is, hey, as long as you're still watching us, give a damn what you watch. But you better be watching us. It's whenever they quit watching WWE programming and exclusively watch AEW or whatever it may be, that's when WWE gets pissed. Rarely do I think that these championship matches can go both ways and make sense both ways. I think this one does. I'm rooting for Finn Balor. I think it'd be better to have Finn in that kind of spotlight and to have him and Owens and people like that wrestling versus Brock and Strowman. I think the Brock thing has just run its course. The WWE has talked about, you know, this changing everything a little bit. And it started with the Authority, basically. The Authority, GMs, all that stuff, have been around for like 10 years. It's been a really long time that Triple H or Stephanie or Corporate Kane or Baron Corbin or Vince or the anonymous general manager or Shane or Stephanie or whoever has ran the show. You know, Johnny Ace. It's happened for a long time. Same with Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's been champion basically for like 5 years. You know, Brock Lesnar has been in the picture, one way or the other, for way too long. And that includes the likes of Goldberg and, you know, people that just shouldn't be in the title picture who are in the title picture. The Rock, people like that. So I think that removing Brock, especially from the championship, is the biggest possible change and really the last change. That's the change where WWE's saying, okay, here's the new era. Here we are. Brock's gone. Authority, gone. What do we have now? Finn Balor and Kevin Owens. Sami Zayn. So, what you hating on? What you hating on, Reddit? Guys, let me know in the comments below what you think will happen to the Royal Rumble. If you think Finn's going over or Brock's going over. Should Braun be involved? Should the Balor Club come back? How smart am I? I'm the best. I know. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let me know in the comments below exactly what you think should happen and will happen. Let's have a full-blown discussion. This is a new channel, guys. WrestleTube is your place for wrestling conversation, whether it's past, present, or future of wrestling. And if you want to see a specific video or want to see me talk about a specific thing, please also let me know in the comments below. We have a lot of great ideas with wrestling content. We're going to do spotlights on wrestlers, you know, kind of talk about their careers and how good they were, some moments, what was the everlasting impact. A lot of stuff we're going to do. Maybe some vlogs going to wrestling shows. I'm pumped. I hope you're excited as I am for this new domain to talk about wrestling. So again, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Thank you for making it this long in the video. I appreciate that very, very much, and I will see you next time.